Welcome to the first battle report video from Space Monkey Studios. Today's battle report features two forces from the game Pillage, the Anglo-Saxons and the Vikings. We hope you enjoy. The first army featured in today's battle report are the Anglo-Saxons. If you'd like to see a more detailed breakdown of the list, this can be found in another video on our channel. The Saxon chieftain comes with the talents Relic Bearer, where warriors within 6 inches of the chieftain receive a reroll in melee combat, and the talent Thane. One of the warriors is designated as the chieftain's Thane. The first wound that the chieftain receives while within 2 inches of the Thane is negated. The second faction featuring in today's battle report are of course the Vikings. Synonymous with the game Pillage, we obviously want to include these in our first battle report. And if you want a more detailed breakdown of the list, this is the first video that we actually posted on the channel, so dig in and have a look. The Viking chieftain comes with the talents Force of Nature, which grants him an extra wound, taking him from 3 to 4 wounds, and really does make him a force to be reckoned with. The second talent is Shield Training. This means that Viking shield walls require 1 fewer figure to form or remain formed, so that's 4 figures instead of 5. For our first battle report, we have chosen Scenario 1, the Pitched Battle. We've set up our gaming table in a manner suggested within the rulebook. To see how we did this, check out the related video on our channel. On to deployment. The Vikings win the roll-off and opt to choose sides and take initiative. And this is how our forces line up. The Vikings with a single archer on each flank and a clump of warriors in the middle. The Saxons form up with a large group of warriors behind the blacksmiths and a small unit of archers to the right. A 6 is rolled on the weather chart, meaning we fight at night. The distance of all ranged weaponry and charges is now halved. Turn 1, Viking movement. Having seized the initiative, most of the Viking force moves forward at their full distance. An archer on each flank moves half distance, leaving the option open to shoot at anyone that wanders into range. Saxon movement. The Saxons move towards the Vikings, with every warrior advancing their full movement. Turn 2, and the Vikings win the initiative roll-off, electing to allow the Saxons to move first. On the Saxon right flank, their archers move forward towards a hill in the centre of the field. In the centre, Saxon warriors move forward either side of the blacksmiths, with the housecarl pushing his group further on, using his once per game ability. In the centre, Viking warriors move forward, using their chieftain's talent, Shield Training, to form a shield wall with 4 figures. A Viking archer spots a Saxon warrior illuminated by the glow of the blacksmith's furnace. Loosing an arrow, he fails to clear the first obstacle, an unfortunate Saxon warrior in the front rank. The warrior is hit and fails his armor save. First blood to the Vikings. Turn 3. The Vikings win the roll-off and again force the Saxons to move first. The Saxons advance along their line. In the centre, a large group of warriors form a shield wall on the crossroads. On the right flank, a group of archers crest a hill, hoping to hold that side of the field. In the centre, the Viking shield wall shuffles forward slowly, with a second rank joining the first. A Viking berserker moves through the woods to the left of the shield wall, and another flanks to the right. 4 Saxon archers let loose at a lone Viking warrior circling the woods, killing him outright. Due to the restrictions of fighting at night, the Vikings have no valid targets for their shooting. Turn 4. The Saxons win the roll-off, electing to move first. In the centre, the Saxon shield wall advances slowly towards the Viking line. On the right flank, Saxon archers, encouraged by their first kill, move towards the solitary Viking archer upon the hill. To the left of the Saxon shield wall, the Saxon chieftain and housecarl move forward to cover the flank. The Viking shield wall stands firm, resisting the temptation to charge.
On their right, a Viking berserker downs his magic mushrooms and charges.
Rolling a 3, this gives the berserker a charge range of 6 inches. Due to the effects of nighttime, the distance is measured and it's 5 inches, meaning a successful charge. The other berserker emerges from the woods but chooses not to eat his mushrooms. The Viking archer moves back 4 inches into the cover of darkness. Outfoxed by the retreating Viking archer, the Saxon archers have nothing to shoot at. The Viking archer takes a shot at the Saxon archers, now illuminated by the campfire, but misses. Combat is joined. In Pillage, melee combat is determined by the chart seen on screen now. Using a d6, the to-hit value is determined by what weapon a miniature is armed with. Likewise, the defense save is determined by what armor the miniature is wearing. For clarity, this battle report will show the arms and armaments of each model in combat. Other factors do come into play. For example, chargers offer a +1 to dice rolls, while defenders with spear support are harder to hit, and therefore the attacker gets a -1 to their hit roll. And so on to our first combat. Both opponents need a 3 to hit, with the berserker rolling 2 dice to the housecarl's 1. The housecarl misses and forgets about the rerolls offered by a sacred relic. However, the berserker hits twice, allowing no saves, and the housecarl is slain. Turn 5. With the score at 2-1 to the Vikings, the Saxons win the roll-off and opt to go first. The Saxon warlord and spearmen declare charges against the berserker. Neither roll a 1 and therefore get no penalty. A spearman moves up in support. On the opposite flank, 2 Saxon warriors declare a charge against the other berserker.
The remaining Saxons advance.
2 Saxon archers advance full distance, while 2 move half, allowing them to shoot later in the turn.
Viking movement.
Spotting the Saxon archers, a Viking in the rear rank turns and charges. In reaction, the Saxon turns and flees. Both rolls are successful. The Viking chieftain successfully charges the Saxon spearmen engaged with the berserker. Inspired by their leader, the Viking shield wall breaks into charges. All charge rolls are successful. The second rank of the Viking shield wall move up in support, while the Viking banner bearer moves into position to offer rerolls to the majority of his troops. Saxon archers shoot at their Viking counterpart but need 6s to hit. Neither succeed. Viking shooting. The Viking archer takes a shot at the Saxon runaway but fails to hit. Melee combat. With a huge confusing melee in the centre of the field, we decide to break the fights out into smaller chunks. The berserker needs a 4, a Saxon 3, neither hit. The Viking needs a 4, the Saxon a 3, both miss and forget their rerolls. Both combatants need a 4, the Viking hits, the Saxon misses, forgetting his reroll. The Saxon warrior then fails his armor save and dies. The Viking warrior requires a 3, the Saxon a 4. Both attacks hit. The Viking needs a 5 to save, the Saxon a 4. The Viking dies. The Viking warrior needs a 2, the Saxon Thane a 4. Both attacks hit. The Viking, however, makes his save, the Saxon does not. The Saxon Thane is killed, joining the growing number of Saxon fallen. The charging Viking chieftain needs a 3 to hit, the Saxon a 5. All attacks hit. The Viking chieftain saves, and despite his heroics, the Saxon spearman falls. The charging Saxon chieftain attacks first, hoping to kill the berserker before he can strike back. That's 2 hits. The berserker needs to make at least 1 armor save of 5 not to die. And he makes it, taking just 1 wound. The berserker attacks back. While the Saxon chieftain can't die from the attack, sitting with 3 wounds, he also can't make armor saves from the berserker. With the Saxon Thane killed early in the round, the chieftain takes 2 wounds. Both combatants continue their struggle wounded.
The Vikings come out with a grand melee ahead 5-2.
Turn 6 and the Vikings win the roll-off, seizing initiative.
Viking movement.
The Vikings look to exploit the gaps in the Saxon line and charge wherever the opportunity arises. No ones are rolled in the attempt. The Viking warrior on the left flank attempts again to charge another Saxon archer, and again is foiled as the Saxon archer runs away. Kite have seen his arrows fly wide. The Viking archer charges. The Viking archer on the right flank crosses the field to help his embattled comrade. Saxon movement. With the majority of Saxon warriors engaged, otherwise trying to line up a shot, a single Saxon archer jumps the fence. With the Viking archers either charging or moving full distance, there is no shooting. The first Saxon archer fires shots at the Viking lurking in the woods, but hits the obstructions. The second shoots, avoiding the obstacles, but missing the Viking. Melee combat. The charging Viking hits on a 4, the Saxon on a 5. The Viking scores a hit, and the Saxon needs a 6 to save. He fails his save and dies. In the second fight, both combatants need a 4 to hit, but neither succeed. In the next combat, the Viking needs a 5, the Saxon a 4. The Saxon re-rolls with the Holy Relic, but again fails. In the next fight, the Viking needs a 4 and the Saxon a 6, which he gets with a re-roll. The Viking needs a 5 to save, both rolls a 2, and dies. This time both our combatants need a 5. The Viking hits, but even with a re-roll the Saxon doesn't, and then fails his armor save, resulting in a Saxon death. The Viking chieftain engages with his Saxon spearman. Despite the re-roll, he's powerless to resist. Fails his armor save to die. The Saxon chieftain attacks the Viking berserker first, needing 4s. The berserker needs 2 5s to save. Failing 1, he dies, and is unable to hit back this turn. The Saxons are hard pressed. One more casualty will mean they'll need to take morale tests. Can they turn the tide of battle? Turn 7. The Saxons seize initiative and go first. The Saxons make desperate charges all along their line, hoping to plug the gaps made by the Viking onslaught. Luckily, no ones are rolled. During the Viking movement phase, a warrior spots their chieftain being ganged up and makes a long charge, rolling a 5, which gives him the full distance needed. The Viking archer moves to support his charging comrade, while a Viking warrior charges the Saxon in the pigpen. With all archers lacking targets or embroiled in combat, we move on through the shooting phase, and on to melee combat. Both archers are equally matched, but neither can land a blow. The Viking warrior and Saxon archer battle to a stalemate across the fence. Moving into the central melee, the Viking needs a 4, the Saxon a 5, which he fails to get even with a reroll. Viking hits, the Saxon saves. In the chieftain showdown, the Viking needs a 4, the Saxon a 5. That's 1 hit each, Saxon reroll misses. The Saxon saves, the Viking fails. That's 1 wound to the Viking chieftain. In the next combat, the Viking needs a 4, the Saxon a 6. Even with a reroll, he fails, and fails his armor save. Both combatants need a 5, which the Viking gets, and the Saxon fails to save. In the next clash, the Viking needs a 5 and the Saxon a 4. Both fail to hit. The enraged berserker needs 5s to hit, the Saxon warrior 4s. Both miss, but with a reroll the Saxon hit. The furious berserker, however, dodges the hit. The Vikings have broken through the Saxon line. Prospects for God's chosen look bleak. One unengaged Saxon needs to make a morale test, and he passes on a 6. Turn 8, the final turn. The Vikings win the final roll-off and seize initiative. Viking movement. The Viking warrior charges the Saxon's second rank in the flank. His comrade, armed with a spear, charges the Saxon warrior surrounding him. The Saxon archer takes 2 shots at a supporting Viking spearman, but misses. Onto melee combat. With victory now out of reach, the Saxons decide to sell their lives dearly. In the first combat, the Viking needs a 4, the Saxon a 5. The Viking hits, the Saxon reroll fails, and he also fails his armor save. Warlord showdown. The Viking needs 4s, Saxon's 5s. Even with a reroll, the Saxon failed, but makes his 2 armor saves, narrowly escaping with his life. In the next combat, a Viking warrior with a hand weapon takes on a Saxon with a spear, but both miss. Rerolls, and they both miss again. Here we see a Saxon warrior attacked by 2 Viking 4s. All attacks hit, following the Saxon reroll. The Viking armor holds, but the Saxons don't. The eternal struggle between Berserker and the Saxon warrior comes to an end, as the Saxon is killed. Final confrontation, the Viking archer continues his assault on the Saxon, killing him outright. And here's how the battlefield looks at the end, with the Vikings totally dominant against the Saxon force. A wounded Saxon warlord and 3 of his warriors. The Vikings triumphant and absolutely rampant on the day. And that's Space Monkey Studios' first attempt at a battle report. Let us know if you like it, any comments, anything you notice we've done wrong. We want to learn and make this better. So please let us know if you want to see more battle reports like this. And finally, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again shortly. Bye now.